This is a quick demonstration of the process faculty can use to create a calculated column in their Blackboard Ultra gradebook. In this example Ultra course, I'm on the gradebook page and I'm looking at the list mode of gradable items. On this page, notice how when I roll over this list, I see plus buttons. This is my tool to add a type of column. So when I click the plus button, I'm going to click Add Calculation. And in the form that appears, let's say I want to create a total column. And I want this to be set to points, and I'm going to choose the total option here, and I'm going to click the total drop down menu and select what I want to include in the calculation. So I can either choose categories if I am using categories, or I could select the individual items. And just for the purposes of the demonstration here, I'm going to select the individual graded items to include in this calculation, and then I'll click Save. Blackboard is going to validate the expression, and if it passes the validation, meaning that this calculation has no errors in it, I can exit out of this panel. And at first, because I'm on gradable items, I'm not seeing anything, but if I toggle to a different view of this gradebook and see the actual scores, I could see that now my total column, which is hidden to students, I'm going to go back in and make it visible. There we go. It's set to be worth 375 points based off of all of the things here that are included in it, which is all of my assessment columns. And the students are seeing how many points they've earned out of those 375 points. Okay, I could choose different displays. Notice how total can only display one type of display. It's not going to show additional display. So if I wanted to change this, I can go back in and choose a different display. So I could choose percentage, or I could choose letter as another option. So if I choose percentage, I have to click the Save button for that to apply. And I'll exit out here, and I'll see that my percentage grade is now reflected in the total column. Okay, so if you do want to use letter grade, you can look at your letter grade schema first by clicking on the gear icon in the gradebook, and then click Manage Grade Schemas. This is where you can see your default letter grade schema in the course. If there are changes, if you need to make changes for this to reflect what's in your gradebook or your syllabus, you can click on the items to edit their values, like so. So if you click on something, you could say that maybe an A ends at like 90, and then everything will adjust after that. Okay, but I'm going to click Cancel not to save it. Okay, so if you've customized a gradebook or letter grade schema, you could go into your calculated column and set this to letter, and it's going to bring about a letter grade based off of those percent ranges that are defined in the schema. Okay, so that's the process you can use to set up a total column and display different types of grade information.